Welcome. You're right where you belong. Eugenia and I have been friends for 28 years, and while life phases and stages, racking up titles and all the etceteras in life keep us busy, we are intentional about keeping each other centered and committed, and to picking up right where we left off. After all, it's our life support.
Thank you all for joining us today on Life Support. I'm your host, Eugenia, and today we're tackling a big one. Drum roll, please. No. Keeping your sanity during back to school season. Because let's be real, the school supplies, the lunch packing, the permission slips, the Pinterest worthy expectations, and don't even get me started on getting everyone out the door with both shoes on. It's a lot. So if you're feeling overwhelmed, exhausted, and like you're already counting down to winter break, you're not alone. This episode is your survival guide. Part pep talk, part practical tips, and 100% honest. So let's jump in. Alexis, I have a question for you. When you were a kid, what was your favorite or least favorite part about going back to school?
Okay, so my least favorite part of going back to school is going to sound crazy, but it is the truth, is the anxiety and anticipation of where I was going to sit for lunch. I would say something that I looked forward to was seeing all of my teachers, seeing which friends were going to be in my class, and using all of my newly sharpened pencils and rocking my little cute backpack with the charms on it.
Okay. So you said repeat your least favorite. What'd you say again?
My least favorite was the anxiety and trying to figure out where I was going to sit for lunch. On the first day, everything's new,
Oh,
everything's fresh. So
yeah.
you're like, you know,
Mhm. Yeah. Okay. So, I would say for me, my favorite part was shopping for school and picking out what I was going to wear. Okay. That was my favorite part about going back to school. My least favorite part, which is kind of like yours, yes, who I'm going to sit next to at lunch. And I guess finding my classes, like when it got to like middle school or high school, baby,
mhm.
because yeah.
Let's talk about why back to school feels so chaotic. It's not just the logistics, although, yes, getting kids dressed, fed, packed, and everything on time every single day is a feat, but there is also a major shift in your routine, the emotional labor of managing everyone's feelings about their first day, the pressure of being organized, prepared, positive, that's the key, and productive. Oh, and did we mention your actual job, life, brain, and everything else that still needs your adult attention? Back to school is like January 1st for parents, but without the champagne and with way more glitter glue. And somewhere in all of this, we're supposed to stay calm, show up to work, and somehow remember to feed ourselves. Yeah, no wonder we feel frazzled.
Yeah, it's a lot. How do we protect our peace during this season? Here are a few tried and true tips that can actually make a difference. So, number one is to lower the bar. No, seriously, you don't have to make fancy bento box lunches. A sandwich and some pretzels count, okay? Store bought cupcakes for the bake sale is also fine. So, don't set your expectations super high because, girl, you're going to be struggling.
Create.
Create a launch pad area. Designate a space near the door for backpacks, shoes, jackets, and anything else that loves to disappear at 7:42 a.m. So I know for me, I actually have a shoe bench area. So we keep, the kids' shoes there that they wear for school, backpacks, jackets, coats, whatever they need in that one area. So in the morning, they're just there and ready to go. We don't have to look in so and so's room. We don't have to look around the house for something. Like it's ready and it's set there. Do you have something like that, Alexis?
Absolutely.
Uh, yeah.
Absolutely. We definitely have an area for shoes, area for backpack. We do practice packing the backpack the night before and making sure that it's in the area that it's supposed to. It does just help the process go smoother, even if other things go haywire. You have some consistencies that help you stay on track. So, yes, we
Right.
absolutely do that for sure.
Okay. Number 3, set up a family command center. So one calendar, digital or physical, that shows practices, pickups, pizza days, and birthdays, even if you're the only one who uses it. Like for me, I have my handy dandy chalkboard calendar that I keep in the kitchen so I can write certain things on there. But I also have, a digital calendar in my phone that I use that will send me alerts and things like that. So I think it's good to have both like something digital and physical
Yes.
to help you with that.
As many places as you can write it down, it needs to be there.
Mhm.
I feel like consistency and being able to see it in all of those different places, just like everything else, helps you stay on track. I have the planner, I have a calendar on the wall, as well as a quick weekly calendar on the refrigerator. Like it's just
Mhm.
lists and schedules, and it helps.
It definitely does help. Yeah. You also want to make sure that you batch the chaos if you can. So pick one day a week to prep lunches, sign forms, and sort the mountain of papers from school. Let it be chaotic, but let it be chaotic just once. And that's something that I actually learned from you, Alexis, is that you gave that tip on kind of batching things and, that, may be a little chaotic at times. Just batch it and get it done, one and done. So yeah.
Yes. Absolutely. It makes all the difference. Number 5 would be wake up before the madness. And I feel like we have talked about this until we are blue in the face, and we are still going to get up on the pulpit and keep preaching it because it is so vital in your overall positive outlook on the day, is to make sure that you take the first fruits or that first portion for you before the chaos begins. So, waking up before the
Hmm.
madness again is the goal. Even if it's 15 minutes, it matters. This can help you feel grounded instead of ambushed when the day actually starts and you are layering in kids and family. Number 6, let the kids do what they can do. They can pack their own backpacks, they can lay out their clothes. Trust me, giving them more responsibility equals less stress and more confidence for them. It's a win win. Number 7, pick your non negotiables. Maybe it's a family dinner. Maybe it's 20 minutes of quiet after bedtime. Maybe it's a workout. Pick one or two things that help you stay sane. Now, let's talk about the internal stuff, because staying sane isn't just about being organized. It's about how we talk to ourselves in the chaos. Here are a few things that I have to remind myself of often throughout the day. You're not behind, you're just human. Your kid forgetting their homework is not a reflection on your worth. That's a big one. Perfect parenting is a myth. Present parenting is enough. This season
Yeah.
is temporary. A lot of times I hear older parents say, and it's always rang true to me, and it really gave me a different perspective. Whereas they say, the days are long, but the years are short. And when you put that into perspective, you
Hmm.
really start to cherish, those small moments and the chaos in each of those days, knowing that this is a moment in time and things are going to change, they're going to evolve. and the responsibilities are going to get lighter and get easier as far as daily tasks are
The
concerned.
video. And this lady was just talking about, like, she was literally crying. She was like, I just dropped off my fourth kid at college or whatever. It was hard for her to deal with, she said, the quietness at home. And she went back and she was just thinking, was like, I wish back then I had not been so stressed out. I wish that I had cherished the little moments more and soaked in, all the loudness and chaos more, because she really realized that she missed that and it just went by so fast. And
Mhm.
so that's something that I try to keep in the back of my mind at all times, is to soak in those little moments and to just appreciate where you are now in motherhood, and just spend as much time as you can with family and just cherish those moments. So yeah, I definitely agree with what you
Absolutely.
said.
Yes, it's important in those times to give yourself grace. Too, if you lose it one morning, you're still a good parent. If you miss the PTA meeting, the
Hmm.
world keeps turning. And a lot of times they're going to provide notes. If you cry in your car
Yeah.
after drop off, that is a release and it's totally normal. Prepare, keep your tissues, and keep pushing, you know?
Right. Yeah. So here's the bottom line: back to school season is a lot. It asks a lot of us, but you're not alone in the overwhelm. You're not failing if it feels hard, and your sanity, it matters. Your peace matters. So give yourself permission to do it your way. Shortcuts, set boundaries, laugh through the chaos, and remember, no one has it all together. We're all just trying to get our kids to school with their backpacks and at least one clean sock.
Just one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let me ask
Mhm.
you this. Like, what does it feel like for you? Are you excited about back to school? Like, what does back to school mean?
Um, I'm excited on one end, okay? Because I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, yay, back to school. So more of like a routine type thing is going to be implemented. But on the other end, I'm kind of like stressing out a little bit. Oh, I got to get this. This one needs that. Make sure they have this. Like, we have this coming up, orientations, meet the teacher. We have all this stuff. So I'm excited on one end, like I said, and the other end, I'm like trying not to freak out because it just seems like a lot needs to be done in so little time. You know what I mean? What about you?
Same, same.
Mm-hmm.
I have, times in there where I am just all over the place because I know it sounds crazy, but getting the school supplies together and preparing everything for your children, it's like you want your teacher to have the best impression of your child and your family, you
Mm-hmm.
know, um, and you want them to feel, the teachers to feel supported. And it's kind of like that good cop, bad cop. You want to, seem like firm, like don't mess with my baby. But
Yeah.
at the same time, I'm here to support and I will be here, in any way and in any capacity that you want. I definitely think that open house always brings a flood of emotions for me. And I really wish
Mm-hmm.
it wasn't that way. Would like to say that I'm a thug, but that is one of those times during the year that it just brings out the waterworks. Like, I literally cannot even hold conversations and teachers at the open house because I'm like two
Mm-hmm.
steps from crying every single class I walk into,
Yeah.
as if I haven't done it over and over and over. So, and it just
Mm-hmm.
honestly, each new school year reminds me of how much older they're getting, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm counting down how many more of these do I have, before I'm going to grandparent breakfast,
Right.
and that part for me is just like, I just want to lay on the floor and cry because, again, the days are long, but the years are short.
Right. Yeah. I feel you on that. I think another thing for me is as far as the like stress level is kind of like just thinking about my children's safety, in the world that we live in today, like while they're away at school. I think that's something that's kind of like always on my mind as well. That kind of stresses me out, especially when, back to school season is here and I'm like starting to think about that. Um, but yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Not you possibly getting a little emotional right now.
Girl, no.
With children, we all have this experience in common, and we definitely have to cheer each other on in the process. We love our children, and part of loving our children is trying to get them prepared as best we can for back to school. And while it is a huge lift, again, creating that grace and finding pockets of peace in the experience is where it is key. So we are rooting for you. You keep rooting for us as we navigate this new normal that is happening every August. If today's episode helped lighten the load, would you do me a favor? Leave a quick review or share with a fellow parent who's currently knee deep in lunchboxes and supply lists. You're doing amazing, even if it doesn't always feel like it. Until next time, keep breathing, keep laughing, and remember, sanity over perfection. Always. Bye.
If this episode inspired you, we'd love to hear your biggest takeaway. Slide into our DMs on Instagram at @thelifesupport_.
If you haven't yet, make sure to like and subscribe so you never miss a Power Hour pep talk. And leave a comment. It helps other mamas find us and transforms one mom's hustle into all of our community boosts.